Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. I wanted to come back this week though because I wanted to talk about movies. Actually, one movie in particular, Holiday in the Sun, featuring our girls, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, aka the Olsen twins. We all know them, we all love them. This movie came out in 2001, I think. And you're probably wondering, Aislinn, why would I want to hear about a movie that came out 20 years ago about the Olsen twins? Because it has everything. The Bahamas, romance, creepy old men, Megan Fox, aquatic animals, jail, illegal smuggling activity, and the 2000 Swedish pop sensation Play. This is not a typical teen movie. So the twins play main characters, Alex and Madison, and they are 15-year-olds, high school kids. It's important to say that they're 15 years old. They live in Minnesota, Idaho, Iowa, one of those. And everything seems super typical for high schoolers. They're in class, they're bored, they're talking while the teacher's talking, whatever. They're just daydreaming about being surrounded by hot guys, which makes complete sense because this dude is in their class. Suddenly, they get called out of class. Turns out to be by their dad's assistant. And she's like, hey guys, did you guys finish your finals or whatever? And they're like, yeah, I guess. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Why don't you come with me so we can go to your dad's private jet so you can leave early on winter vacation. So yeah, they're rich. But they get in their totally real private jet and they're so excited because they get to go on vacation and they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to go to Hawaii. And their dad's like, actually, we're going to the Bahamas. Instead of being excited like regular kids, they get really upset.
The Bahamas? But Dad, we really wanted to go on a school trip to Hawaii.
The poor little babies wanted to go to Hawaii, not the Bahamas. And to stop their crying, their dad just like gives them donuts. Which seems so stupid, but it actually works because they forget all about it and are happy again. They fly to the Bahamas. Some family friends fly over to also spend the vacation with them, and they just have fun. They meet boys, they go shopping, they go on dates, which happens in like 90% of their movies. But this time it's interesting because love triangles. So that's the main conflict for like 3/4 of the movie. Both Madison and Alex meet guys and they find themselves in these really weird love triangle situations. Madison, for example, meets a guy named Scott who she likes and starts to date. But Griffin, the son in the other family who's also on vacation with them, he really likes Madison, has a huge crush on her. And Alex likes a guy who works at the hotel named Jordan, but someone else has her eye on him too. And it's none other than baby Megan Fox, or Brianna in the movie, who's also 15. I just feel like I should say that she's also 15. And this is Megan Fox's acting debut. This is her first major feature film, and she plays this bratty heiress named Brianna Wallace.
My name is Brianna Wallace, as in the Wallace department store Wallace's.
Super rich. She's also on vacation too, and she pretty much runs the hotel because her dad is apparently a really important client of the hotel.
Miss Wallace's father is a very, very, very important client of ours.
So nobody wants to piss her off. They kind of just do whatever she says. She's supposed to be the mean girl of the movie, which is pretty evident because right off the bat, when we're first introduced to her, she does the worst thing possible. She cuts the twins in line.
Excuse me. Oh, were you in line? Brianna Wallace. Messages, please.
She's also rude to the receptionist, which isn't cool. And it's just very obvious that we in the audience are not supposed to like her. And the twins get mad because she cut them in line and they're like, hey, we were gonna do that. They were gonna ask the receptionist when their friends were checking in, but right after they asked, their friends literally show up. So asking turned out to be pointless anyway. So I don't really know why they're still mad. But Brianna's supposed to be the antagonist for a majority of the film. But to me, she's not that much more entitled than the twins. And before anybody thinks that I'm coming for them, I'm not. I'm not coming for them. I'm just coming for their characters and for the writer. Because I think whoever wrote these characters might actually hate them. But yeah, the twins are super entitled, and here are the receipts. Exhibit A. Their first day at the Bahamas, the girls go to the beach because obviously you're in the Bahamas, you're gonna go to the beach, and they go on some jet skis, have some fun on the jet skis because at that point it probably wasn't common knowledge that they're so bad for the environment. And as they're drying off, Madison has some sort of epiphany.
I'm officially letting go of this whole Hawaiian vacay thing with our friends.
Which is great, except for the fact that she's acting like she's overcoming some sort of terrible tragedy, when in reality they're literally on vacation in the Bahamas on their daddy's credit card.
Very empowering.
So ungrateful. But I'm not done. Exhibit B. As they're on the beach, Madison meets her love interest, Scott, who ends up inviting them to a party that night, and they decide to go at the start of their family dinner. So let's just recap. Their dad personally flew them to the Bahamas, got them out of school early, paid for a really nice hotel, paid for jet skis within the first hour of their arrival. Their family friends flew in also to have a vacation with them. And the first chance that they get to all spend quality time together, they say, hey, we're actually just gonna leave because you. And they take Griffin, whatever his name, along with them. So they all just go to this party that coincidentally just happens to be in the hotel. But this is where the magic happens, because this is where the 2000 Swedish pop sensation Play is performing a banger in the background. Madison and Scott are dancing, and then Alex meets Jordan. It's really unclear how old he's supposed to be. In real life, though, he was like 7 years older than them. I guess nobody else seems to care. She never asks his age. The parents don't ask his age. Nobody cares about ages in this movie. But they meet and they start chatting.
Are you here on vacation with the fam?
Yeah, you?
And then the beautiful, amazing Megan Fox comes into the picture, Brianna Wallace. And I don't think I'm being dramatic when I say that I think that this is the greatest scene in the film, maybe of all films.
Hi.
Bye.
Hey, what's up?
Not my temperature.
Say.
Nothing, and keep moving.
It's chef's kiss, so beautiful, main character energy.
Period.
This is where Brianna decides that she likes Jordan.
Now he's what time it is.
She introduces herself. She's incredibly rude and catty.
Sorry, I don't believe I know you.
Yeah, we met. In the lobby?
No, I'm sorry, I don't ever remember seeing you. I guess you get that a lot.
It gets really awkward because she's like marking her territory like Jordan is some patch of grass.
I get what I want, and this winter break, I want Jordan.
But Alex is all for it, and this is where their little feud begins.
Brianna Wallace, let the games begin.
But at the heart of it, it's just two rich, spoiled girls fighting for the same guy. Like, oh no. And meanwhile, Greg is really upset because he has to watch Madison, his crush, the girl he loves, dance with somebody else. But all that's happening is she's just dancing with somebody and he has like nothing to do. He doesn't know anybody else. Like the girls are busy with their guys. So he's just like standing there like staring at her. And we're supposed to feel bad, but like it's kind of weird. Like what is he doing there? Unclear what he does for the rest of the party. I don't know if he just does that the whole time, but made me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I guess they just all have fun for the rest of the party. When the night's over, the girls head back to their hotel room. I don't want to do it, but here it is. Exhibit C of how entitled they are. They get in late, their parents come in, and they're like, what the f***? You guys are over an hour late. What happens? And the twins go,
We decided it was okay if we were a little late because we are in the Bahamas on vacation.
You're not the parents. You didn't give birth to you. Why do you think it's okay for you to decide when curfew is? After you just ditched your parents, now you're just gonna completely disrespect them by not showing up when you said you're gonna show up? Like, And when I saw this, I was like, okay, right out the gate, they're grounded. But no. actually not. The parents are like,
We had a great time tonight, and it would have been nice to share it with you as a family.
I recommend that for the rest of this holiday, you respect your curfews.
and that's it. No consequences. And maybe it seems like I'm being a little bit harsh on them, but I think this is the deciding moment. This is the crossroads in the movie. Had their parents been a little bit more strict, maybe the horrible mess that's about to ensue wouldn't have happened. But no, they didn't do anything. So here we go. The next day, the twins both go on their dates, and Alex meets up with Jordan. He's like working, so she's helping him with work.
Spotted evil rays?
Dangerous?
No, I mean, they're harmless, you know, unless they feel threatened.
When all of a sudden he gets called away to personally attend to Brianna. Round 1 goes to Brianna because Jordan has to leave Alex to go see her. Turns out she just wanted him to spray tanning oil on her.
Brianna, I really should get back to work.
Is it important?
It's my job.
I kind of think that she's just a little bit socially stunted. Like, I don't think at the core she's a bad person. I just think that she doesn't know how to relate to people with reciprocity and equal exchange. Also, throughout the film, we never see her parents. Her dad is like constantly being talked about as being this very important client of the hotel, but we never see him. And to compare that with the girls who are constantly with their family and with their family friends, and their family is just like trying to spend time with them, it's really sad actually, because Brianna is alone. She basically has nobody. She has some friends that seem more like fake girls that are like sucking up to her. It doesn't seem like she has anybody genuine around her that actually cares about her. It's super sad. But anyway, Alex makes up this fake emergency.
I need your help right away. There's been a PI over at the shark pool.
PI?
Puking incident.
He goes and finds out that it was Alex who made the call, and they get to spend more time together.
Trolling for Barb?
How did you know?
I made the call.
Round 2 goes to Alex, and that's it. That's where the fight ends. Because at this point, it's very clear that Jordan doesn't want to spend time with Brianna. Meanwhile, Madison has a date with Scott, and they're supposed to be horseback riding on the beach. And it's a really short scene. It's like 2 seconds, and it's edited really weird. They're like in slow motion. There's some like weird music playing. It's just weird. After the date, Madison goes to hang out with Griffin. They're hanging out as buds, best friends. And I thought Brianna was bad at having conversations, but my God.
A lot of scholars think Atlantis, the lost continent, was originally right here in the Caribbean. Others think it was in the Mediterranean.
That's nice, but do you mind if we talk about something a little more personal?
Then Madison has the gall to ask him, not even just for relationship advice. She doesn't want advice. She wants Griffin to give Scott some encouragement.
I just think he needs a little encouraging.
What does that mean? Like, does she want him to cheer him on or something?
Yeah, Scott, ride the out of that horse, Scott. Get to know her. Yeah.
So Griff's down bad. Not only does he like Madison, but now he has to befriend the guy that she likes to help him win her over. And he does it. He puts all of his feelings aside and genuinely tries to help Scott. So Team Griff. He gives Scott some talking points. So he tells him about Madison's favorite books, but Scott's never read those books.
Have you ever read any books? Does Sports Illustrated count?
So it's super unclear how he's gonna have a conversation with Madison about books he's never read. But it doesn't matter anyway because he ends up forgetting the titles and it gets super awkward.
I love Judy Blume.
Oh, really? Oh, she's my favorite. What have you read by her?
Flubber.
The second time that Griffin helps him, he writes cue cards. So the conversation pivots to astronomy when out of nowhere, a huge conga line comes in and interjects, and Maybe it was too loud, maybe it was too much for him, but Griffin just dips, he leaves. It leaves Scott to continue the conversation on his own, and he has to face the harsh reality that astronomy and astrology are actually different things.
So what's your sign?
That's astrology.
Yeah.
To which he reacts with the classic line that we've all used to get out of sticky situations.
I have to go to the bathroom.
And the last and final time that Griffin tries to help Scott, he gives him this earpiece that is not noticeable at all, completely subtle, undetectable by the human eye, and basically tries to feed him lines to help get the conversation flowing. It just goes downhill really quickly.
The mere thought of spending the day with you made me itch in anticipation.
Not itch, you idiot! Not itch, you idiot!
What?
Twitch! Twitch!
Twitch! Twitch!
And Scott seems like he's on drugs, basically. It looks like he's on drugs. Makes no sense. Madison is like, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. And it just ends.
You are so out of it.
Later that night, they actually all end up going to the pool after hours to just play and like have a good time. But I guess they weren't supposed to be there because the pool is supposed to be closed. And Brianna hears them, sees what they're doing, and basically snitches on them and gets security to come and get them, pick them up, and take them to the security office. They get in trouble. And here is where I was like, okay, before with the curfew thing, not a super big deal. I guess I kind of get that they're not gonna ground them or anything, that's fine. But they just got picked up from the security office. Like, they're in trouble. Like, they're gonna get in trouble. No. All their parents do is say good night to them.
Good night, girls.
So nothing happens. And then the next day, they all end up going to this like concert / party sort of thing. And Brianna, after everything, after snitching on them and getting them in trouble with the security office.
Call Miss Wallace and tell her we found the source of the excessive noise.
Who?
After not ever having a full-on conversation with him alone, like, she knows nothing about this man. And she goes up to him and is like, hey, like, do you want to dance? But they're all mad at her. Like, instead of saying yes to her, he just goes,
Yeah, with Alex.
yeah, so we see Jordan and Alex dancing, and then Scott and Madison are dancing, and it kind of leaves out the other people in the love triangle. Brianna's on the side, and she's so upset because she just got rejected, but I mean, she had to have known that was coming. And then Griffin is really sad watching Scott and Madison dance, and they're just sad boys over here. But then things quickly pivot. Jordan disappears. Alex is like, where's Jordan? Where'd he go? And it turns out that he goes on stage about to perform a song. And he's never mentioned that he plays the guitar. He's never mentioned that he's a singer. He just goes up on stage and starts singing a full-on song to Alex. And the movie plays like a good portion of the song. It's not like he sings like 20 seconds and then it like fades out. Like, they play pretty much the full song and then intersperse flashbacks to their like 3 days hanging out together because they haven't known each other that long. But hey, I mean, the song does something to Alex because later that night she sneaks out to go see him, and oh man, they end up kissing, but the dialogue leading up to the kissing.
Has anyone ever told you that you're incredible?
Not today.
Has anyone ever told you that I am going to kiss you?
Whoever wrote this just quit. Like, just quit writing. Just quit. Just don't do it anymore, please. And this is not the only scene where I'm like super uncomfortable about how it's written. There are a few other moments in the movie where I'm just like, how is this real?
Woo, this one's ready for marriage.
How do you know?
Pierce there. He knows pain and he's bought jewelry.
People made this. People helped make this. I don't understand it. And then later on, Scott came clean, told Madison everything that was going on. And then Madison was like, oh, Griffin, you like me or whatever. And she brought up a really good point because she was like,
How do you know so much about me?
Well, I guess we have known each other for a long time.
True, but that goes both ways, and I don't know that much about you.
which to me would be like, that's kind of like a turnoff. If you don't know anything about me, you're not trying to get to know me, like maybe we shouldn't be a thing. But to him, he kind of just confesses that he's like her stalker.
Everybody's got a hobby, right? You're mine.
He basically admits to being obsessed with her, and then they just kiss. But okay, so I told you that the first 3/4 of this movie is basically them navigating through these love triangles, not getting in trouble with their parents, whatever, becoming more independent is what they call it, but it's really just them not getting in trouble. And then the last quarter of the movie, the plot shifts completely. And suddenly it's about solving this crime that they get caught up in somehow. And this is how it happens. They all go on this boat and Jordan's like, hey, I gotta pick up something for my creepy old friend. And they're like, okay, sure. And so they go on this yacht. Jordan picks up something and then takes them back onto the boat. They ride back to shore and then they get picked up by the police. This time, it's not security. They get picked up by the police and then they get arrested. There's no indication that they're gonna get arrested towards the end of the film based on the 3/4 of the movie that was purely about their romance. But yeah, they all get arrested for smuggling antiquities is what they call it. So they go to jail. Like they're in jail. They go to jail. They are in jail for a full night and their parents come and pick them up in the morning. This is the point where I was like, all right, the curfew, I get it. All right, whatever, old news. The security office, like, okay, I mean, I guess they're still on the property of the hotel. It's not like they were doing anything terrible, like they were just playing. That's not a huge deal. Like, okay, I can see it. They're arrested and they go to jail. There is no way that they're not going to get in trouble, right? Like, of course, there are going to be consequences to that. They're in jail. But instead, their dad is just like,
we need to have a meeting.
Jordan ends up staying in jail because he was holding the tackle box. He was the one that got in trouble. That's how it works, I guess. So he's still in jail. And Alex is like, it's not his fault. There was this creepy old guy named Champlain who it reminds me of champagne and it makes me want a plantain. And every time I hear it, I just think of those things. But they go to the beach. They look for this shack that the creepy old guy was supposed to have. It's not there. They look for the yacht. It's not there. It's gone. Nobody knows where it is. And then the best line in the movie happens right here, where the dad is basically breaking it down for them, saying what I've been waiting to hear this entire movie.
We trust you. You're good girls. We let you run around on your own. But we just bailed you out of jail. And that's not a typical vacation activity.
Finally, some kind of validation that what they're doing is up. So the last quarter of the movie is them banding together and trying to bail Alex's boyfriend out of jail. Meanwhile, the kids end up ditching their parents somehow. They come up with excuses, whatever. The parents know they're lying. They just let them go and they're just trying to figure out clues to find this guy to turn him in instead of Jordan. So they find Champlain, they chase him down through the market, and for some reason he's super speedy. Like, he outruns all three of them. He's incredibly fast, and he just kind of waves goodbye, and they're really upset. But at the same time, it's like, even if you did catch him, like, what was the move? Like, what are you gonna do if you catch this man? But they also find the yacht, and it's under a different name, and their game plan is basically to steal the yacht. And then what? And then what after that? They don't have a plan after that. They just decide to steal the yacht because they need evidence. So naturally, they steal a yacht. And then as they're stealing the yacht and they're taking the yacht out of the harbor, the police are chasing them. They're coming after them in boats. And then that's when it dawns on them like, oh, we don't have any evidence. We don't have anything to show them. We just have this yacht. And so the twins frantically run down into the yacht to like look for evidence, like as the police are coming up on them. And then our boy Griff is just like, he's just like navigating this yacht. He's steering, he's doing his thing. He's stealing the yacht for them. I guess he would just do anything for Madison. I guess that's what it comes down to. Like, okay. So the police catch up with them. At the last second, they find these antiquities that are being smuggled, and somehow it all works out. Somehow the police are like, wow, you found this, you were right. It's not Jordan's fault, even though it definitely was. He definitely like helped commit a crime. Even if it wasn't intentional, he definitely should be held responsible. But okay, I guess he's not. So they bail him out of jail. They're heroes.
Your daughters and their friends, they're heroes.
Just like, it's so weird, but I guess I also can't see it end any other way. What a great film. It was so amazing. So definitely check it out. I don't think it's on any streaming platforms, but you can definitely buy it on like Amazon or something. So highly, highly recommend that movie. I'll see you guys next week or sometime soon with another video. Peace.
And I'm on the block, and I'm on the block, yeah. And I'm on the block, and I'm up.